So, Jeff, what is it that you can tell us about the chronology of this? The announcement certainly would seem to be sudden.
Well, but as you know, it's something that members of Congress have called for, and it was that memo that was discovered that James Comey had gathered, put together the information in that memo of his meeting February 14th with President Trump, where they discussed, according to Comey, ending the Flynn investigation. And he said in his memo that that was something that the president was asking him to do. And so that may have been the tipping point here that forced the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein, who is leading this investigation, because remember, the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, has had to step aside because of his contacts with the Russian ambassador. So the memo was the tipping point, but there have been members of Congress who have been calling for an independent counsel, a special prosecutor, for some time now, and so they will be, many of them, certainly on the Democratic side of the aisle, will be happy to hear that a special counsel has been appointed.
And why Robert Mueller? What is it about him and his background, you think, that led to the choice of him for this position? And also, how is he perceived within the FBI?
He's widely respected, not only within the FBI, but throughout law enforcement and in Washington, for that matter. He has developed a reputation as someone with an incredible amount of credibility. And that's why he is a name that when people hear it, I think, you know, whether you're asking someone who's a Republican or a Democrat, they can all agree that he has shown himself to be, over the course of his career, someone with great integrity. He served as FBI Director for 12 years, so he is widely known around Washington. And he will have broad powers here. This order that established this special counsel gives him the power to investigate not only Russian interference in the election, but also whether Trump campaign associates were coordinating with the Russians during that election cycle. And he will have the opportunity, or the power, I should say, to prosecute as well if he finds that any crimes have been committed.
Do we have any sense of how this will affect the time frame when it comes to the FBI's investigation into these matters?
Well, it could push the timetable back, but no one really expected this investigation to wrap up anytime soon. I mean, we were told from our law enforcement sources that this was an investigation that was really midstream. It's been ongoing since last July, so it's about 10 months old now. But this is an investigation that will drag out. There are just so many parts of this that have to be looked into, and that's what our sources are telling us. And it's not as if all of the investigative resources are focused on what's happening domestically. Investigators are also having to look at what may have happened in Russia, and getting information there is difficult, and that's in part why this is an investigation that will drag out.
And for those frontline investigators, those FBI agents who have been at the forefront of this investigation, how does this affect their workflow? Well,
it won't affect it greatly. He is well known at the FBI. He is someone that they are familiar with, and so that really should not disrupt the FBI aspect of this investigation at all. But what it will do is put a public face on the investigation that will perhaps take politics out of this investigation. I've talked to people who are familiar with the investigation, who say they are concerned right now that, you know, at the end of the day, when the FBI comes to a conclusion, the question is whether the American people will believe it. And so to have a special counsel looking into these matters perhaps helps achieve this goal of having a conclusion in this case that the public can buy into.
All right, Jeff Pegues in Washington for us. Jeff, thank you.